Hello and welcome to your brief training over setting up e-portfolios in your classroom. I know this was discussed at the last faculty meeting about the implementation of portfolios in your classroom, student websites. So I wanted to give you a quick overview of the why and a couple of quick tips to make sure that they're effective in your classroom. Again, my email is on the screen, so if you need me for any follow-up questions, which I'm sure you will, my door is always open in C28, and then my email is here on the screen. Please contact me if after this presentation you still have a few more questions. So the first thing is, what are they? I know it's kind of been a word thrown around. You may have heard it. E-portfolios, real simple, are just a way for you to put student material in one place. There's a lot of things that you can do when students have their own website, and I want to give an overview of those, but it helps keep their work organized so it doesn't get lost in the piles of paperwork, and it's a good place for them to show off the stuff that they do and see the progress that they've made, and even for other teachers to see the kind of work that they're doing. Why use them? On one end, I personally use them in my classroom for reflection. As students have the opportunity, they can organize their work chronologically, which lets them see how they've progressed throughout the year. I use it a lot for blogs and reflection. Give them a chance to write and to speak openly about certain topics that are important to them, about topics that you've chosen as a teacher. And it gives you a chance, too, for peers, for other classmates and you to give them feedback on their website. And of course, the showcase side. Every student, when they do a good job, they want to show off their work. And when it's on a website, they can show it off a number of ways, not just for themselves, but you can send this link to their parents, and the parents can see what they're doing. They can use this website. So many college applications now are asking, what's your portfolio link? When you apply for a job, they're saying, what's your website? Let me see your stuff. And this is an excellent way to maintain all of that work and keep it together. And as they progress, if they hold on to the site, they can delete content that maybe they have grown from, but they can keep adding to it and building an amazing example of all the stuff that they can do. So getting started, just to let you know, the district has chosen Weebly.com. I know there are other platforms. Weebly is very user-friendly. They deemed it, content appropriate all the way around. So going to Weebly.com is going to be where you start, and we'll get to that in just a couple of minutes. But I also wanted to show you, when you get started with students, you need to understand that they want to know the why. Everybody wants to know the why. So you need to establish the purpose of what you're going to use it for in your classroom. And to do that, you need to develop a rubric. But prior to that rubric, what is the purpose? What are you going to be having them post? Is it going to be mainly for discussion? Is it going to be to put their projects or their papers on their website? What are you going to have them put there? And after you know what is your goal, then you can work backwards, develop a rubric, and then ensure that those students understand here is how your portfolio is going to be assessed. But this all begins with you establishing the purpose in your classroom, and every content area is going to look different. When you introduce them, the students need to know why. They need to know what is this for, and it's important for you as a teacher to not let this go. You need to start it up and keep it going. Even if you don't use it every day, be consistent with it so the students know you're going to check it. Here's an example of a rubric. However you break it down, this all can vary for you. Are you going to be grading their reflections and their blogs heavily for their writing? Are you going to be grading the projects that they post? This is your chance to dictate that, but overall our purpose is to make sure students have a place to put their work and to build a portfolio that they can share. Some of the activities that I personally use, I use it big, like I mentioned, for reflection. I have a blog tab for their website. Every student of mine has it. I give them topics. They're allowed to, write freely, and this is an excellent way to get writing samples from students that you really need writing samples on. And so for reflection and for discussions, it's great. Sometimes I will share the URLs with one another in the class so students can have open discussion with one another via their websites. It's a good place for you to give feedback on there, and it's awesome for them to post their work samples. Weebly supports essays and papers. It supports photos if they take photos of projects, and it supports videos. And you can work video production into almost every content area. How do you assess it? That's going to be your rubric. establish that at the beginning and let them know. Is it going to be mostly based on their writing? Is it going to be, are you going to grade how well it's organized? I highly encourage you to organize your tabs the same way for every kid, so you're not digging through their websites looking for the work that you're asking for. Make them set it up with you and say, we're going to have a home tab. We're going to have an about me tab. You establish what that website looks like. In my room, they understand the expectations. They know that we're going to use it and that I'm going to check it. They know that it's a part of their grade. At the end of every 9 weeks, it's one more grade that I take from them to make sure that they're maintaining their sites, that it has all the blog entries and all the work samples that I've wanted. And they understand that in my room. But your role, this is big, when they've completed creating their website, they're going to have a URL, a website link, that is very unique to them. It is theirs. You need to collect that. You can create a folder on the shared student drive. That's the S drive. There's already a folder there with your last name. In that folder, you'll just have them drag and drop their URL shortcut into that folder. If you need more help with that, I'm happy to email you about it, but it's just a quick drag and drop. The students are pretty savvy and can do that, but if you need a little refresher, let me know. You drag it in, and you'll have a working list of all of their websites, and you never have to bug them again. You keep it on your desktop in a nice little folder, and you can check them whenever you want. They need to know the processes. You need to understand the processes of how you're going to check their site, how often, how you're going to give them feedback. Post your rubric somewhere that they can access it. Maybe that go on your teacher website. And then be willing, to share those URLs with parents, with administrators. And not just for the bad, but for the good. Show off that student work. Student role, like I said, it's going to vary depending on your classroom. I know that I do have students, get familiar with YouTube. They do have a YouTube account through their school email already. And what I have them do is when I do have them make videos, they have to upload it to YouTube, and that YouTube video goes directly into their Weebly website. Also, you can do screenshots with your computer if you happen to be in a computer lab. If not, they can take pictures of their phone with it, and they can upload to it. And again, you may have limitations about how often you can get to a computer lab, but let them know that when you go to the lab, it is to update this website, and they'll get excited about it. But also, the blog entries, they understand, what they have to do. And this student role, like I said, varies depending on how your classroom is run. These are just a couple of screenshot examples, so you could just see that every kid is different, every kid is unique. But I wanted to give a quick overview of the Weebly tools themselves, just so you're familiar. Now here we are in Weebly. I've just logged in. I logged in with my school email. And remember, every student has a school email that they can use to sign up. Now I'm just going to edit my site and give you a quick little overview just so you're familiar. Alright, once you get to your site, here are the tabs at top. I want to show you really quick how to set those up. Right here under Pages, these are your tabs. You'll see they match, they correspond. Home, Rename, Portfolio, Blog. So let's say that you want to set yours up a certain way. All you do is you come in here and go, hey, you know what? I want you to make a tab about you. So I'm going to say About Me on there. It's done. I'm going to go back and it updates automatically. If a kid deletes a page, the plus sign here will let you add another one, and you can change these as you see fit. There's your blog page. When you come to the blog page, it's all ready to go for some writing. And then the other one is actually building the page. Building the page is, like I said, it's super user friendly. In here, all you got to do is you want a title to something, you drag over title, and you get ready to type right here. Type, type, type. And if you want them to actually free write in here, you can drag in a text box and they can come in here and just start to type. And then here's images. You can drag over an image and upload. And then down here's your YouTube buttons. Everything is drag and drop. Everything. It's a simple user interface. I encourage you just take a little time on your own and get familiar, but there will be a follow-up training specifically for Weebly. What I wanted to do in this presentation was just to give you an overview of the purpose, the why, for you to understand what ePortfolios are, and just a really quick snapshot of Weebly. But be looking out for the follow-up video that dives a little more into Weebly for you, so just in case you are struggling, we can give you those little details. And remember, you can email me at any time or just come on by and I'll help you out with anything that you need help with. Thank you.